Hi Pisces, welcome back to the channel and welcome to your December 2022 guidance from Spirit delivered via the tarot and also our oracle decks. We are using 4 of them currently and I think 5 decks. Yes, 5 tarot decks. So, as always, we will be using the singing bowl to clear any lingering energy that does not belong here to you, that does not belong to this reading. We will also be using it to collect to each other as a collective, and then as a collective we will be collecting directly to Spirit so we can receive the most accurate and relevant message for you all. If you would like to use this time to call any specific guides, deities, archangels, any beings of light that you would like to be present, please feel free to do so now. The more, the merrier. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, I have already pre-shuffled all of these decks that are lined up here. I will be using at least one card from each. If we need to do clarifiers or whatever, we will with more cards. I am going to finish shuffling this one and then we will jump into it. I do want to say, while I was shuffling and getting into your guys' energies, there was a lot of intuitive stuff that came out. So dragonflies for one specifically, and butterflies, purple butterflies, could be of significance to you, whether you've seen them like in video games or real life or dreams, just symbolisms. You could have like what are the things that you hang in your window? Like I'm seeing like a stained glass purple butterfly hanging from someone's like rear view mirror or at the window of their home, but specifically their rear view mirror of their vehicle. It could be like an RV as well, or van. Alright, so let's finish shuffling these up. And also your north node I feel like is going to be very significant for you all at this time. If you don't know what your north node is in your natal chart, I would suggest looking at your chart and figuring out what your placement is and kind of diving into that, what it means for you, what house it's in, all of those things, and how you can kind of dive into that energy, right? What else? I have some notes here. Oh, an affirmation that for you guys at this time I think will be really relevant and helpful for you is, I know I am headed in the right direction. I know I am headed in the right direction. And just repeat that as many times as you need to. If you're ever doubting, if you're ever feeling unsure, remind yourself, I know I'm headed in the right direction. You can feel it. You know it, right? I really hope you know it, because you are. You're headed in the right direction. I also got, as I was shuffling and tuning in, lovers and Sagittarius. So you could be coming into contact with a Sagittarius lover, which, I don't know, makes me kind of giddy and like butterflies in my stomach. Maybe that's the symbolism, like butterflies in your stomach. There could be someone coming into your life that gives you that feeling. So let's get into the cards and see what they have for us. Strength, Leo energy. So right out of the gate with the fire. Aries also is very significant. I meant to say that. It says it on my paper. I forgot to mention it. I feel like you are presenting very Aries right now, and that could be your north node. That could be the significance of it. If that is the case, I would watch like Aries tarot readings. If that's something that you're into, if you're here, you must be. Dive deep into Aries energy, because that is what you are meant to embody. Their life mission is your life mission this time around. And if it's Aries specifically, that is to be independent, mostly financially independent, standing on your own 2 feet, able to be alone and confident and feel very secure by yourself, within yourself. Okay. This to me is saying that you have transmuted a lot I feel like you've taken a lot of heartache and emotion and valleys as opposed to like peaks. You've taken all of these valleys and all of these things and you've spun it into emotional mastery. You are now an actual master of your emotions. There is very little that people can do, specifically people in your past that maybe triggered you, narcissistic relationships in your past that would once have triggered you with certain things or saying certain things, doing certain things. And now it's like, even if they still trigger you, you don't react the same way. You don't show it. You don't express it outwardly. I feel like you're getting a really good handle on your emotions. And as a water sign, especially if you have any other water placements, it's really important for us to get a handle and keep a handle on our emotions so we don't spiral. I feel like you have done a lot of really hard work and put a lot into making sure that you're always emotionally stable. Like no matter what comes and what goes, you are solid within yourself. You are solid within your solitude. Even if you have children, I feel like that might be a little bit of a struggle for a lot of you if you are already parents and you are just now, because typically we come into our north node energy in the latter half of our lives. Well, maybe not the latter half, but around 30s, mid 30s, you come into that north node energy, and hopefully, or maybe even sooner. I feel like the sooner the better. If you ask me, the sooner you understand these attributes and your life kind of path, I think the better. But for a lot of people, it happens in their 30s, around their 30s, late 30s. And I have no idea where I was going with that, so I'm going to keep going. What else is here for Pisces? Ooh, see, there's that heartache that we were just talking about. There's been a lot of emotional turmoil for you, a lot of heartache, a lot of betrayal even. Whether this is friendships or it is in relationships, family situations, it could be all of the above, which very well, I do see 3 swords here, so it could be 3, like coming from a lot of different directions. You could have had a lot of disappointment when it came to siblings or a parent, or they could have had a lot of heartache around you as well. I'm just getting pretty traumatic, tumultuous situations that have led you to this place, though. You're no longer in these spaces. You might think about them from time to time. You might still... Sorry, I thought I heard something. You might even still kind of use them, not necessarily as a crutch, but maybe as like, you feel like an explanation for things, but at some point it's like, you kind of have to stop talking about what made you so strong and just focus on how strong you are and how you can become even stronger, because that's the thing I don't think you understand, is that if you think this is good, if you think you're solid, if you think you're strong, if you think you are confident and glowing, yes, you are all of those things, but it's going to be even more amplified. It's going to be even more... It's going to be even more than this. It's going to be this times a million other things. What else is here? What is this? 9? Yes. The 9 of Cups. Wish fulfillment. Dreams coming true. Emotional contentment. We were talking about this, having to go through these tumultuous, traumatic, heartbreaking, whatever situations to make you stronger and also make you a better human. Maybe you had to experience some of these things to show you like how awful they really are, and how I don't ever want to be that person. I don't ever want to contribute to that. You're moving away from all of that, and maybe while you are in these spaces of, say, like rock bottoms, houselessness, hard relationship breakups, whatever the case may be, I feel like you are wishing for these certain moments that you are now living. You are dreaming of the day that you had a place to take a hot shower and have a fireplace and blankets, and you know what I mean? Like, you dreamt of these things and now you're in it, and I feel like you're just kind of overflowing with joy and with bliss. And that could also be like the holiday season. If you are in wherever they celebrate holidays in the winter, or in December, I guess. I don't know. Time isn't real. Months, it's all just made up. I don't know. What year is it even? But who knows? 9 of Cups. You're feeling really content. And if you aren't in this very specific moment, this could be things that haven't happened quite yet, but I do feel like most of you are in this and you don't know how much better it's going to get. That's going to be like a reoccurring theme. You're going to find yourself, now that you're in this space and you do have a solid home front and you do have this solid foundation, you're now going to dream of things of like traveling and planning these things and envisioning that. And then those things are going to happen. It's just going to like keep compounding, and your dreams are going to keep coming true, and your manifestations, whatever you want to call that, your vortex, it's all coming into your experience now. And it's very, very nice, and it's very, very exciting. And what else is here for Pisces Spirit? The world? Absolutely. Absolutely. So I did a reading for you guys, what was it, yesterday, and it didn't record. It was a beautiful, like, 40-minute, loved it reading, and then when I pressed stop, it just said 0000. Yes, I know I need to get a new computer or a new storage system, whatever. Moral of the story is the world was there, and in that one, it looked, in that specific reading, it was like the placement and whatever. It looked like you felt like you had the world on your shoulders, like you were carrying the weight of the world, but now it's shifting to where you have the world in the palm of your hands. You literally have everything you could ever dream of, and again, it's coming to you, and you're traveling. The world card popped out as I was speaking of envisioning traveling and you doing these things that you've only dreamed of, and experiencing the world and other cultures and traveling the globe is what I see. And I see you doing it in a really confident and independent, whatever that means for you, whether that means you're in a partnership, but whatever capacity you're still independent, whether that means you're solo, I don't know. I get for a lot of you, you are single right now. Healing, again, as much as you can from these past traumas, kind of before you move on and enter a new situation, which I think is lovely and we should all do more of. The 3 of Swords is here again. You've gone through some really heavy shit. I don't want to discredit that. I feel like that could be I'm getting overwhelming feeling of loneliness, whether that was within a household, even if it was full of people, full of like your parents or whatever, it still felt you feel very alone. Inside a relationship, you feel very alone. I just feel a lot of feeling alone and let down. Maybe when you were at your lowest and you reached out for help, no one was really there. No one really saw you at your worst because they couldn't handle it. I don't know, or they just weren't around. But you are still carrying a lot of that hurt, I feel like. And if that is the case, I completely understand. And you're not alone. Absolutely not. You are not alone. What is here for Pisces Spirit? Show the world the real you. Full moon in Aquarius. Be yourself. More than anything, be yourself. If you think you're going to say something kooky or weird, or people are going to look at you cross-eyed like, what is she talking about? Don't worry about it. Be yourself. Say the thing. Follow your intuition. If you're one of those people who previously has thought things but hardly ever spoken them, start speaking them. You're going to find people who want to hear what you have to say, who resonate with what you have to say, and who love you for what you have to say. Little momento. Sorry about that. It got loud out there. Just Alright. I'm actually not sure why I'm shuffling these. I already shuffled them. I think I meant to just move them out of the way. Alright, what else is here for Pisces? We're going to pull all of these cards, and then I'll go back and read about them. Ooh, Crocodile. I've actually never gotten Crocodile from this deck before. I like it. What else? Clover, 6. That is personally my lucky number. And you have 6 here with 3, 3. 6s could be significant for you. 2, 6, 26. Okay, let's read about Clover. Luck is on your side. I do know that, because clovers, lucky clovers. Card number 2. Luck, creativity, serendipity. In the story of Thumbelina, the heroine had to avoid unwanted suitors. One of them was a very nasty mole. Luckily for Thumbelina, she was kind to an injured swallow who returned to save her from the pursuing rodent. Ah, gotcha. The bird left her in a forest where she could hide. Inspired by the beautiful Clover, she made a bower for herself. I don't know what that means. Bower, maybe? Here in the Clover card, our sweet little Thumbelina is asleep. Perhaps her dreams are showing her how to spark her own fortunes even more. Thumbelina will be rewarded for creating her own luck, and so will you. Know that serendipity is smiling on you every time Clover turns up. Where you see this card, look for opportunity cards nearby. That is where you will be blessed with fortune. Strengthen the world. Also, I feel like telling your story, speaking your truth, telling your whatever, your voice, I feel like is going to be very important. So there could be opportunities here for you to tell your story, for you to create a podcast, a blog, if those are still relevant. If those are still relevant is what I meant to say. YouTube channel, whatever, Patreon, whatever the platform is, I feel like you will be using your pain and your history, your past for opportunity for advancement, for growth, for prosperity, for abundance, luck, whatever you want to call it. Okay. When the Clover appears near ill-fated cards, which it is, these are not the best, so it is kind of has its back to these cards, I suppose. It means that you may be hiding from your own luck. Be like Thumbelina and utilize this card of opportunity to make things go your way. I feel like that's what this is. If you're going to focus on this pain, use it for good. Use it to heal others, use it to help others, to share with others, to whatever. Don't focus on it just to tell the story and repeat the story and live it and feel it all over again. If you're going to do that, grow from it, expand from it, make some money off of it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. All right, let's read about our Yule log now. This is a really pretty card. I like it. Beautiful. All right, Yule log. Card number 44. Is it the last card in the deck? It is. Letting go. Creation. We've got 2 cards of creativity now. Clover and Yule log. God and the Goddess. Yule logs are burned for 12 days and represent the rising sun and the birth of a new sun god. Yule logs are decorated with all kinds of Christmas cheer, and when it is lit, each member of the household gets to take a turn tossing in anything you'd like to release from the year. Each person gets to set an intention for whatever they hope to call into their lives. Yule logs represent the beautiful cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. When we clear out the old, we make space for all the beauty left to come. Creation is our Creation is a harmonic blend of both destruction and building. Some things must be cleared and destroyed so that we have room to welcome in something new. Channel the energy of the goddess by healing and letting go of anything holding you back. Then channel the power of the god by invoking action, courage, and determination. All things represented here by the Strength card. Both energies, male and female, masculine and feminine, I should say, not male and female. There is no gender. Are required to be successful in your dreams, goals, and manifestation. Yule log reminds you that what you wish for will take more than one approach. I felt like I had a thought in there, but I forgot it. Oh, vessel. I don't know if I said that at the beginning. I had it written down here. I don't know if it actually came out, but vessel. Emptying your vessel. If you want to receive more good, hold more good, radiate more good, you have to clear out the stagnant, the not you anymore, not for you anymore, not your experience, not your thoughts, not your whatever. Empty all of that out so you can now receive and hold all of the beautiful, loving, fulfilling, unconditional love is what I'm getting. Be that vessel. Open yourself up for spirit to fill you with that. Yes, okay. So clearing could be a really beneficial thing for you at this time as well. All right, Moonology, show the world the real you. Full moon in Aquarius. Oh, that's the new moon. Full moon, please. Aquarius. This card brings the message from the cosmos that you need to detach a little from whatever situation you're asking about. Someone might be keeping you at arm's length now, but it's no bad thing. It's important for you to allow life to unfold and progress, even if change seems like a frightening prospect. If you've been holding yourself back from showing the world a real you, this card reminds you that your unique characteristics are what make you special. In a relationship, are you being too aloof or detached? Go ahead and be yourself in whatever is coming up for you. Attune to the moon. Be aware of your feelings, but also be prepared to move on. Additional meanings for this card. Don't lose the beauty and romance of life. You are too much in your head. Get into your heart. A friend needs you. Be there for them. A situation is going to take a very unexpected turn for the better. Don't you worry. The teaching. Every full moon is a time to release and let go, but the addition of Aquarian energy to the mix triples that message. Aquarius is the opposite of clingy, and pulling this card at any time suggests either you need to let go or someone is thinking they are the ones who need to let go, perhaps, of you. What needs to go? I feel like for you guys, pause before I make myself forget. I feel like for you it's going to be both. I feel like you are the one that initiated the detach and you are currently trying. It's not something that's easy for you. This is someone who I feel like you care deeply about, if this is your situation. I feel like you care deeply about them. You love them. But for whatever reason, it's not. I feel like you've just outgrown each other and whatever. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter the reasons. It's for the best, right? You know that deep down, but it's still hard because you still love them. You're still attached to them, whatever. I feel like you guys are both trying to gracefully and elegantly detach from each other. Maybe you a little bit more elegantly and gracefully, but I do feel like you guys are both trying to detach. Okay. What is the right thing to do? Whatever happens next could be highly unconventional or unexpected. Well, okay. Let's see about our crocodile. Is this water energy? It should be, right? Yeah. There it is. Rest. Excuse me. Resting, submerging, collecting energy, cooling off. Okay. The crocodile reminds us to step back from the external world and turn inward. Now is not the time for decisions, action, or discussion. Okay, the crocodile's mantra is wait. This doesn't mean laying around hoping life's challenges will disappear. The crocodile is much smarter than that. It means intentionally withdrawing, gathering your awareness, observing, and building energy. Fill up the vital reserves so your next move come from a place of wisdom and power. Yes. When in balance, wise, patient, a silent powerhouse. When out of balance, feels stuck, lashes out. To bring into balance, rest and yoga. I feel like we got 2 cards of kind of withdrawing your energy. But also that's, again, what that strength card represents, gathering your power. Also, I would say do a cord cutting ceremony if you can, if you want, if you feel so called, or go out and gather up, ask the universe to return all of the energy that you've ever put into anybody else, any energy that you've ever left behind in a situation, in a place, in a being, in a dwelling, whatever. You're calling it back to yourself now to use for yourself, on yourself. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. I'm trying to keep these under 40 minutes. The last one I made for you was 40, and that's likely why it didn't record. I love you all so very, very much, and I will see you next time. Bye.